the first one to kind of tie things up, force overtime. What did you see from that one at the end of regulation?
I mean, shoot, like we needed 3. So, I mean, every decision I make is based on, time and score, how the team's been playing. All those things are factors. So, obviously I was shooting it well tonight. We needed 3, time and score, get one up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to give us 2 for 1 opportunity. Simple as that.
You guys have kind of been saying that it's going to be your defense that carries you throughout the season, but to get a win like this tonight with the offense and kind of everybody pitching in, what do you take away from that, especially at this point in the season?
It was good to have everybody click, especially with Brad out. We needed obviously every single point. I mean, just collective effort. I think, along with our defense, that'll be a calling card. It'll be, welcome when Brad gets back, because obviously juggernaut score. We need everybody doing their job.
Besides the obvious, the ball going in the basket, what was working for your 3-pointer tonight? Sorry.
No, I mean, I guess you kind of took away my answer. No, I mean, I think, people are going to guard me a little bit softer because, they don't want me in the paint and getting layups or throwing lobs to our bigs. So, being a little bit taller, and with the work that, I've put in on my jumper over the course of my rehab process, understanding, the longevity of my career, like, just gotta trust your process, let it fly, and live with the misses.
And what was that work like to go into your jumper? Like, what are kind of some of the things you did?
Oh, I mean, I've been training with my uncle Olin Simplest since I was probably like 11 years old. We always try to be hypercritical of my game, add new things, look at what I'm good at, not good at. Obviously, shooting threes off the dribble is something that, I haven't been good at in the past, and we really worked on that. While you're in the rehab process and you're not doing a lot of explosive stuff, what you can do is get up shots in different situations and just try to drill that. And it doesn't mean I'm going to turn to Steph Curry overnight, but, you want to consistently improve. And, I've been in the league 8 years and want to be in the league, another 8. So, want to keep getting better.
So what does it mean for you to see those results?
I mean, look, he's one of the best trainers in the game. I feel like I've improved every year of my career going back to 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of credit to him. I mean, I'm not surprised by improvement because I know the work that I put in, but I also know the tutelage that, I've been blessed to, be under, both basketball-wise and also, my body and, Mike G, Barents, Fabrice, all those guys, Craig Sanchez, everybody that was a part of this.
Spencer, with Brad out today, did you take it upon yourself to be the #1 scoring option?
I wouldn't say #1 scoring option necessarily, but more aggressive for sure. You take out your #1, not just scorer, but probably playmaker, just in terms of the amount of havoc that he wreaks. And that's what I was brought in here to do, is to be the secondary playmaker. So if your primary is out, then your secondary has to play better. And it could have been Kuz scoring the most. It could have been Trez scoring the most again. And maybe I end up with, 12, 13 assists, but my job is to be aggressive.
Neil?
Hey, Spencer, what'd you think about the crowd tonight?
Oh, no, I mean, shoot, I was pleasantly surprised. I ain't gonna lie. I was a little worried, like, in the preseason, because, like, I could hear myself talk. But, yeah, y'all went crazy. So, hey, 2-0. Let's keep it rocking.
And does it do anything for, momentum to another level, just that you guys were able to have such a thrilling win without, your best player?
Yeah, of course. I think, home opener, crowd carrying us, big shots all the way around, high scoring games. So it was a fun game. It wasn't, a grinded out like 80, 85 game. It was fun all the way around. But to reach our highest ceiling, like, obviously we need Brad. We're going to need the best version of Brad. We're going to need, possibly league leading scorer, first team all NBA Brad. So, we're definitely looking forward to him returning soon.
Thanks, Spencer.
Christos?
Hey, Spencer, great game, first of all.
what it means, that win, and the way that you won tonight. What kind of boost you get from that win?
I mean, I think I have a very pragmatic approach of not getting too high or too low, but I do understand that, you know, from what Brad's told us that, you know, they haven't been 1-0 in a while, and obviously that means you haven't been 2-0 in a while. So, you know, I think it's good to be have some healthy excitement. But you know, it's a long season, man. Like, I'm sure there's teams that started off 2-0 before and, you know, missed the playoffs. So we have a long way to go, and that's coming from a guy that's been, you know, on a Nets team that was awful and won like 20 games, and also was a part of, you know, obviously a Nets team that was expected to win the championship. So, you know, there's been varied experience there.
And for you, how comfortable you feel when you have the ball in your hands, or you take the shot in crunch time? How comfortable you feel in those times?
See, I don't think a lot of people know, like, back in 1920 and 1819, like, there was like a stat, like I was like the league leader in like game winners and stuff like that. So it's not something new. And look, I get it. Like, I'm not the sexiest name, and nor do I subscribe to be, or, you know what I'm saying, I ain't Dame or Steph or none of those guys, but like, those things have happened. The proof's in the pudding. Like, game winning shots, like, we can go on YouTube and look at that. And, you know, if Brad's out, I probably will be the one taking those. Most times, I would say, if Brad is in, and that's his shot to take, you know, or his play to make. So you just understand what's the best shot for our team, but it ain't no fear in those moments. Like, in my opinion, I'm one of, if not the best in the league at it.
Kuzma was saying he was surprised by the crowd as well. After he mentioned the same thing with the preseason, and Montrez the other day, you know, with the being surprised with the 1-0. Was there some sort of like adjustment for the new guys on this team to, like, all right, like, did you kind of not know what to expect, basically being in a new city?
Yeah, I mean, look, when you're on an NBA team, you get really locked into that specific team. But it's not like you're studying the history of every other team. You study the current players and the tendencies and things like that. But, you know, I wasn't locked into like the Washington Wizards history, so I wouldn't know whether, you know, they had a bunch of 1-0 starts or not. So, you know, when that was brought up, you know, it was news to us. And, you know, I think that goes for any NBA player in any situation. And our job as newcomers is to try to, you know, continue to build the culture that, you know, is kind of laid forth for us by, you know, Coach Unseld, and then also obviously Brad himself. So, and Shep too, who brought us here. So, you know, under the guidance of those three, like, we're trying to help establish a foundation. So, you know, but knowing the history in general, like, that's probably not what we're gonna know.